Let's look at a situation where we're using algebra tiles to solve something that looks really messy at first. And really all we have to do to solve this is to remember two basic rules. An IOU and its thing are the same as nothing. If you ever have this and this, or this and this together, it's the same as if you put nothing down. You can just take them off. The second thing is if you add to one side, you have to add something with the same value to the other side. So we're told starting out that this is a fair trade. So if we put one, if the clerk gives me one more widget, I better put one more widget down over here. Same thing, we're taking something off. I take a widget off here, I take a widget off here. You have to do the same thing on both sides. So let's start by setting this up to represent it. So let's see, so we're saying we've got two widgets, $2. The opposite of a widget or a negative widget or an IOU a widget, however you want to think about that, but that's negative. And then $4 more. Now here I'm going to put two sets of an x plus 6. So let me gather my little algebra tiles up here. So there's an x or a widget and 6 right there. And then I have to have two of them because of that 2 being multiplied by both the x and the 6. So here's my second set of x plus 6's. Oops, okay. Okay, so there I've got those two batches of that. And then it says that I have 4 IOUs for widgets, also known as -4 widgets. Alrighty, so this is a mess. I don't know how we got into this situation when we were trading stuff, but we got to get it sorted out now. So trying to figure out how much is one of these x's worth. There's a bunch of ways to go about this. You can try it in a different way. I totally encourage you to do so. But all that I'm looking for is I'm looking for what are called zero pairs. So anything that pairs up with its opposites, or an IOU, it pairs up with its thing, in order to say that's the same as not putting anything down. So an IOU and a widget is the same as nothing. Here's another IOU and a widget, same as nothing. And let me make sure that I'm recording this as I go along. So let's see. So what I had here, actually, why don't I just make this a bunch simpler? So I had these on here. And let me just first write down what it is that I have. So clearly, if I look on this side, I can rearrange these. I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dollars. And here I've got two positive widgets and a negative widget. So these pair up, that's the same as putting nothing down, so that's 0. So really I just have one widget left on that side. Let's look at what's happening over here. Well, if I rearrange these, I can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 times 6. So I've got 12 things, $12. And then here I see my widget pairs again. So those pair up, I can take them off. And it looks like I've got just 2 negative widgets left. And one thing I can do, if I'm going to really formally be really good about my notation here, like if I'm trying to prove to my little brother how much a widget's worth, and I just have this and I have this, he's going to be like, no. Like, how did you get from here to here? I don't see it. So what I see right here is I can see, okay, so I said I had 2 x's and I had 12 ones, and then I had -4 x's there. So let's just write this. And now my little brother says, okay, so I distributed that 2. I see where the 2x plus 12 came from. I see I had 2 positives and I had 4 negatives here. So okay, I'll buy it. We have -2 widgets left on this side. This is why it's really important to clearly write out each of your steps, really communicate your work. So now if we're looking at this, we've got like all these tons of ones on here. So if there's 6 of them on this side, if I find 6 of them over here, I can take all of those off, because if I don't give the clerk a widget, the clerk doesn't give me a widget, it's still a fair trade. So just take all those off. So that's the same as just saying I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. So now I can see I've got a widget, I've got 6 ones, and I've got 2 IOUs, or 2 negative widgets there as well. Alrighty, we are making some progress. Now here's the thing. I only want to deal with positive widgets. I don't want to deal with negative widgets. So if I go and add 2 positive widgets to each side, those are going to make these go away. They're going to say, okay, I've got a positive, I've got a negative, same thing. That's the same as nothing. So as long as I do the same thing to both sides, I can add 2 widgets. And so I see over here I have 3 widgets, and those pair up. That's nothing, that's nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're almost there. I just have to figure out, I've got 3 widgets on this side. I just want to know what one of them costs. I can see that 3 of them together cost 6. So if I divide this into 3 groups, I can also divide 6 into 3 even groups, and there I can see that in each of these 3 groups is going to be $2. So that means each widget is worth $2, and I can take these off, because as long as I take off things that are the same value, it's still a fair trade. So I can take off a widget and $2, a widget and $2, and then even my brother can see, divided this into 3 groups, and a widget is worth $2.